Tamlin, coming to you live from the CNN studio with our DSAP report. Now over to Reed Ritson.
Good morning, America. My name is Reed Ritson, coming live from the CNN studio with some breaking news and fantastic coverage on our organization DSAP, which is the Down Syndrome Awareness Program. They have been going from place to place in the United States spreading awareness about the horrible disease Down syndrome. Before I send it off to Lakshay and Brick, I have some information about Down syndrome. You may be wondering about how long a person with Down syndrome is expected to live. I'm here to tell you that in 1983, the life expectancy of a person with Down syndrome was about 25 years old, but with the technology of this age, the new life expectancy is approximately 60 years old. You also may be wondering if a person can get treatment to cure this disease. Fortunately, there is no treatment for Down syndrome, but with the help of professionals, you can help cope with this terrible disease. You may also be wondering if the disease is more prevalent in some cultures or ethnicities, if there is some similarity between them. The answer is no matter what ethnicity or race, people affected with Down syndrome have similar, if not exact, facial expressions. I am now going to send you to Brick and Lakshay.
Hi, I'm Brick Tamlin. Here with you, I got some breaking news. I'm part of the Down Syndrome Awareness Program and the CNN News team. Got some great information here on Down syndrome. Down syndrome causes intellectual impairment and physical abnormalities, including short stature and broad facial profile. Down syndrome can affect the body in many ways. Around 50 people with Down syndrome have a heart defect. Some have spinal and joint disabilities and abnormal thyroid glands, impaired hearing and vision, weak immune systems, and physical growth delays. You see, all these things come from Down syndrome, which makes it a horrible disease. That's why I'm spreading the awareness with DSAP. This disease occurs more often when the mother is older, over 40 years old to be exact. Down syndrome can place many physical, mental, and emotional limitations on people affected by this disease. People with Down syndrome are limited physically because of their low muscle tone, and they are affected emotionally because they are so different and unique. People who are born with Down syndrome have distinct facial features. A few common physical traits of a person with Down syndrome are low muscle tone, small ears, small mouth, small stature, an upward slant to the eyes, a single deep crease across the center of the palm, and abnormal body shape. They are limited mentally because they are mentally impaired, making it difficult to carry out regular, everyday tasks that most people are capable of. This is why only 10% of people with Down syndrome are employed. And of those 10%, most of them need assistance in their work. This just in, I have some statistics about Down syndrome. Those facts and statistics coming right to you after this commercial break. Now time for those facts. 99% of people with Down syndrome have a mental impairment. 90% of people with Down syndrome have stunted growth. 80% of people with Down syndrome have low muscle tone. 40% have a heart disease. Now, 1 in every 691 babies is born with Down syndrome. There are 400,000 people in the U.S. living with Down syndrome. And people with Down syndrome have an increased risk of heart disease, hearing impairment, respiratory problems, Alzheimer's disease, leukemia, and thyroid conditions. So now you see how Down syndrome comes with many other complications. Now I'm going to send it over to Lakshay Seth at the CNN studio.
Hi, I'm Lakshay from the Down Syndrome Awareness Program and in CNN Studios. In Down syndrome, chromosome 21 is affected and 3 copies are made instead of 2. There are 3 variations of Down syndrome, and they're trisomy 21, mosaic Down syndrome, and translocation Down syndrome. In trisomy 21, the child has 3 copies of chromosome 21. This is the most common form of Down syndrome. In mosaic Down syndrome, the child has some cells with an extra chromosome 21. This is caused by abnormal cell development during the development of the sperm or egg cell. In translocation Down syndrome, this happens when part of chromosome 21 becomes attached to another chromosome before or after conception. There are usually 2 copies of chromosome 21, but they have additional material from the translocated chromosome. This horrible disorder is caused by an error in cell division when an extra chromosome 21 is present. This is the most common chromosomal abnormality in humans, and the average IQ of a person with Down syndrome is 50. And back to Reed at the studio.
Thank you, Lakshay and Brick, and the rest of the Down Syndrome Awareness Program for all that wonderful information on this terrible disease, Down syndrome. Please support the Down Syndrome Awareness Program. They're supporting a great cause and could use all the help that they can get to spread positive information on Down syndrome. Whether you want to volunteer or send a donation, visit their website at dsap.org. Thanks to all our regular viewers for tuning in to another informing CNN News Report. Till next week, stay classy, San Diego.
DSAP, support the cause.